Oh, I saw a horror movie this weekend. It's called Malignant.
Yes. You didn't like it?
Did you see it?
I love it.
Did you see me pause?
I did.
If I find out you like this movie.
What's your thoughts, Travis?
I love it. Sam, what are your thoughts?
First of all, I'm the host here. I'll be the one asking the questions.
So you liked...
Go ahead, Travis.
You liked Edgar the fucking bad guy? I'm going to get you.
Happy you watched it because that's the first thing I thought of when he was speaking.
I can't remember the last... It might be the cheesiest thing I've ever seen. And it started off a little scary.
But it's meant to be like that.
No, it wasn't. It's supposed to be scary.
What say you, Travis?
There's a lot in there that is done on purpose.
Like what?
Like the music.
I don't mean the music. I mean the dialogue. The writing was awful. The writing of, well, detective.
Yeah. Some of that was obviously done on purpose to mimic the way that some of these movies are. Wait, you're saying Malignant was a mockery of horror films? Some of it, yes.
Well, let me see what it says in the. And what makes you say that?
Just things that I've read. That the director, like interviews with the director.
Not so much a mockery, maybe a tribute to. Yes. Maybe a tip of the hat to some familiar tropes.
It was terrible.
Like the female police officer who is just obviously enamored with the other detective, and it's like over the top.
I just couldn't stand it. It was the sets were terrible. The only thing that was good about that movie was it was beautifully shot. Like it was filmed beautifully. That movie stunk.
You didn't like the reveal?
What, fucking head face?
Yeah.
Yuck. No, I didn't care.
Sam, what do you think?
It was fucking awesome.
That fucking a teratoma? Oh, what a pile of shit.
It was amazing.
It was an awful film.
It's one of my favorite things ever.
Right? Hello, detective.
It's the only thing that took me out of it.
Oh my God, it was the dialogue.
When he's on the phone.
Do you really want a fucking bad guy that sounds like your friend? Maybe your shitty marriage. Ooh, how demonic.
I thought it was great.
What about when
there's a lot of people who hate it.
I'm here to cut the cancer out.
What about when Edgar takes over and he turns her into backwards John Wick and she starts beating everybody up in jail?
Jumping up. Oh, just another.
That scene is awesome.
It's not awesome.
Yes, it is.
Backwards
Sam?
lady.
I'm literally obsessed with it.
I want people to watch this. It's one of the big, and the trailer is a little deceptive because it makes it look scary, and it started off scary.
Well, it's a James Wan movie, and it makes it...
James lost this one.
That was a mockery of a joke.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
It was a James Wan movie, and James Wan made it look like in the trailer, like it was, he did Insidious. He did those movies.
That's where he got that from. That shitty, when he's up there carving, he fucking blows it every time, this guy. Because Insidious
He's one of the most successful.
I don't care. He blows it. And I even said, I was watching it with a friend of mine, I said, this reminds me of Insidious when they showed the demon at home sharpening the tool.
Look.
I don't need to see a demon working on equipment.
Yeah, sharpening his Jim Norton. Look,
oh, yuck.
James Wan
stinks.
Is the shit. The absolute shit. He came up with Saw in 2003, and then movie companies were like, "We'll trust you a little bit," and then a little more, and a little more, and he's gained their trust, and he did awesomely successful, awesome horror movies with Insidious. He did the Conjuring series.
I will back up. I'm wrong. He is actually very good.
He's great
because he did 2 movies. I loved Insidious, but he fucking blew it with the demon going. Right.
And he did the Conjuring too.
Yes.
Like as well, I should say. He did he did the Conjuring series, he did the Insidious series, and then he moves from horror and he does Furious 7, which is a tremendous Fast and the Furious movie. And then he did Aquaman, so he could do action movies. He can do superhero movies. He can do horror movies. And then the studio goes like this. All right, you can have one for yourself. That's what I always know. You always know when the studio's like, okay, James Wan, since Saw, all you've done is made us money. Just money, 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 money. And he goes, may I have one movie for myself? And the studio goes, okay, James Wan, you may have one movie for yourself. And he goes, Malignant! And I was like, God bless you, James Wan.
Money, money, money.
It wasn't a good contribution.
Yeah, this movie started good.
Oh, I loved it.
And as soon as he started sharpening the thing, I'm like, this blows.
Look,
it ruined it.
There is one moment in Malignant that is a fork in the road, and you choose which one to go down. And I'm telling you right now, I was watching it and I go, I don't know about this movie. I don't know about it's okay. It's all right. And then the reveal comes. And I knew when I saw the reveal, I was like, this is the moment that many people will go, I'm out. No.
When they pan the camera.
Yep. As soon as they go around, and as soon as they went around, I was like,
yes.
Yeah! Victory!
I tapped out the second that asshole thing is sharpening the instrument from the trophy. And I also tapped out the dialogue stunk.
It's a horror movie, though.
But it doesn't matter. It was cheesy. It was inexcusably fucking cheesy.
Better than Halloween Kills.
What? So
why are
what?
you bringing up Halloween Kills anyway?
Let me scare people more than Halloween Kills. That's scarier than Halloween Kills. The dialogue, oh, you were in a shitty marriage. That's like a conversation I'd have with Colin. It was fucking terrible.
It's fucking awesome, bro.
Yes, great movie.
I fucking loved it.
Awful.
I'll buy a t-shirt when it comes out.
Hells yeah.
Yeah.
What a bad
so
bunch of dialogue.
I'll have it on 4K UHD
because
disc.
It was so fucking. First of all, they jumped from one. She goes to the mental hospital and finds the VCR. It just one. Yeah, of course.
How great was that?
I'm going to be good.
How great was
such a great reveal.
They're like, we got a box of VHS tapes. It'll tell us the story, and then they start watching them.
So corny.
Yo, you should take a look at this.
Such corn. If you like it, just in like it's a cheesy shit movie, yes, but it was awful. I was like, what am I doing? It took me 2 days to get through. I turned it off. It just stinks.
I would have watched this so many times in 2 days.
I could have easily seen that movie 3 times in 2 days.
Yeah, Conjuring was great, but when there's a mistake they make when you're showing this thing sharpening a blade or doing what fucking people do. You don't make it scary.
By the way,
the phone calls were awful. Hello, detective. It was like me behind the fucking wall when I was a kid. My name's John. Trying to scare my grandmother.
You think this is funny?
Yeah, you think this is a joke? Start laughing.
I loved it.
It's so good. That's because you have good taste at times.
You, Sam, you do too.
Thank you.
Jim, on the other hand.
When you realize it's not just in her head, it's actually in her head.
Loved it. I was all for it.
That's when it's like, this is a guy who had an idea and said to himself, this has to be a movie.
And I totally agree with you that they're just like, okay, you may do one for yourself.
You can have one. And he goes, you got it.
That stupid
and
fucking
he used it. He used
face.
his one.
It was a puppet face. Didn't even look real.
Can you imagine trying to pitch this? Great. They'd be like, we're not making that movie. And he's like, but I'm James Wan. And they're like, fuck.
It's like, how about I make Aquaman first? They're like, okay.
It was shot beautifully, though. Like, the camera work was amazing. Like, the director of photography, like, there was things about it you watch and go, wow, that was so interesting and nicely shot.
How about the wraparound? When they went around.
Interesting way to get where you had to go. Yeah, interesting way to go. But it was just cornball. Like, it wasn't frightening. There was a couple of moments that were scary, but the tropes they used were just so boring.
There were a lot of times in that movie where you were supposed to be laughing.
Or just enjoying.
Yeah.
I think you guys are wrong. I think you guys are excusing what was cheese. And because he did it in Insidious, the demon sharpening the tool. He did the same thing. He wasn't ironic. He literally made this movie thinking that this was a scary horror film because the dialogue is too bad to have been on purpose.
What do you mean?
It was so cheesy. So, hello, detective. Oh, fucking come on.
Horror.
Boom. And that's TMH. You know, I mean,
that is the Miami Hurricane.
That's the Miami Hurricane. That's Billy Corbin's favorite newspaper.
And Stephen King praised Malignant. That should tell you it was a pile of shit.
I don't
he didn't like The Shining.
I don't need Stephen King's praise
I'm
on
gonna
that.
scroll right past
He
that.
didn't. Stephen King's a genius, but he didn't like The Shining.
Cheesy horror is back. A review of *Malignant*.
Like I'm telling you, a lot of the things that you hated were done on purpose.
Whether they were done on purpose or not, I still hated it, and it wasn't effective because like now horror movies they're so good. You know, what was a good cheesy horror film? The Evil Dead. That did it right because it was truly horrifying at some moments, and the cheese was just. I don't know. It didn't bother me the way it did in this. It was like corny and like, ugh.
Oh yeah, I'm getting that on Blu-ray. Yeah. That's going in the disc collection.
Oh yeah.
Well, Jim, have you ever thought maybe Travis just appreciates genre cinema more than you do?
Yeah, Jim.
No.
You didn't think that?
It never occurred to me.
It didn't cross your mind?
Now that you've said it, it occurs to me even less.
Oh wow. Okay.
Man, you're on a bad string of horror movies then.
Don't bring it up again.
Well, he watched Halloween Kills.
Why are you bringing it up?
Just saying. Halloween Kills is a terrible movie.
Stop talking about it.
I told you it would be terrible, but I did tell you.
By the way, Travis is doing Travis Jedi tricks right now. He's trying to get you back on his page.
Yeah, but I told you it would be terrible, and I was correct.
*Malignant's great. You're wrong.
No, I'm not. It was awful.
Sam and I are very right on this.
Awful. It's an awful movie. Again, it started scary, and there was some great scenes in the house hearing the noise. Like there was some really, really well done things. But oof.
Yeah, and then it turns into something you didn't think it was going to be.
Yeah, lousy. A lousy film. You're right. They turned into a lousy, cheesy film that bored me.
It's like a wacky like 1980s horror movie that used like puppets.
So good.
You know?
Really bad.
It's like Ghoulies or something like that.
Yeah, but again, at this point, I don't want to, especially when you've done The Conjuring and when you've done Insidious, which almost blew it for me.
This was one for him. That's why I say sometimes you have to look at it and go, oh, he's doing one for him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Not going like, okay, this one's for it's for him.
It was just a bad film.
It's great, dude. It's fucking awesome.
No. I hated the cop characters. The name, what was his name? Kehoe or something? And I'm sure people will tell me, you didn't get it. I watched it.
No, there are a lot of people that agree with you.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who...
it wasn't good. Like, it wasn't that, oh, God, what a tool he was using. It was, I was bored with it because the dialogue was so like, ugh. And it's like, it's 2021, and with what horror films are, when you look at like Hereditary and like what you can do with a horror, or what he's done with horror movies, this stunk.
He's not trying to do that same old shit.
No, but he's making something worse. He's regressing to something terrible.
He's trying to make people like me pop.
Oh yeah,
and I did.
Very bad film.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people who are just kind of like, yeah, it was okay. Like you either loved it or you really disliked it.
Watch it again. Listen to the dialoog on the phone.
I will, because there was
marriage.
There was nothing about it that...
You know what? You're going to watch it again, and you're going to say to yourself,
what's that?
Hooray! You're going to have the funnest time ever. It's fun.
Oh, so good.
Sometimes movies can be fun, right?
Yeah.
This is a fun movie. This is a fun-ass movie.
So much... After the reveal and the prison scene, I had the biggest grin on my face. I was just having fun.
Yeah, because after the reveal, it's not like they're not trying to make it like creepy and weird anymore. Now it's just like, here's the alien in her head who knows karate.
Here comes the backwards man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just didn't enjoy it. It was just bad. Came out of the back of the head.
Yeah. And then you're like, why is he walking like that? Because he's backwards.
Now you get it.
I was backwards man in camp.
That's true.
I told you when I was backwards man.
It's true. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if there's going to be any Malignant Halloween costumes.
Oh, I hope so.
Well, I don't know.
There's a backwards lady.
I don't think so. I think Squid Game has it on lock.
Oh,